What is up, everybody? Patrick here with another review, this time of Deadpool 2. Just saw it in the theater yesterday, and it's not coming out until next week, but I wanted to give you my thoughts on it, spoiler-free. Deadpool 2 stars Ryan Reynolds. He's back as the Merc with the Mouth, and again is killing it in this role. This time Deadpool is helping out a kid. This kid's troubled. He's a mutant that's got these powers he doesn't know how to control. He's going through a lot of stuff that mentally leaves him unwell, and Deadpool has the ability to put this kid on a different path. Meanwhile, Cable, who's a time-traveling mutant, is going after this kid, and that's about all I want to get into with the story to avoid spoilers. And I can honestly say this does fall in the category of successful comedy sequels. You don't get those very much. In fact, I remember when Deadpool 1 came out, Zoolander 2 was coming out the same weekend, and Zoolander 2 was just a train wreck. You can account for a lot of the problems with comedy sequels being there's just too much time between the first and the second, the characters are older, the actors are older, they don't really know what to do with it, but with Deadpool, I think they hit the mark so well by getting this timed outright, with having a good director and giving it a different style, while also keeping the writing and keeping the funny moments that you loved in the first Deadpool in this sequel, but almost enhancing the jokes, having them be a little bit more cleverly written, having jokes that are a little more topical, maybe some that will be out of date a little later down the road. I really loved the humor in this. The jokes were non-stop. There's a lot of meta references to other properties, other superhero properties. All of the returning characters, played by Miranda Baccarin, TJ Miller, all do a fantastic job as well. Colossus is back, Negasonic Teenage Warhead, as well as the new additional characters. You're going to love Zazie Beetz as Domino and Josh Brolin as Cable. I wouldn't say that Cable is Josh Brolin's best performance this year, looking at Thanos as being kind of the bigger one that had a lot more impact, and that I think was a more fuller and well-rounded character than Cable was. I really loved the relationship between Deadpool and Colossus, between Deadpool and Cable. Domino, he just interacts with these people so well, and they can play off of Deadpool so well with his comedy, with his fourth wall breaking. It's a perfect combination. Also, the action. The action is pretty airtight. It looks really good. They have a lot of great shots, a lot of great moments with the characters fighting, but in my opinion, there were a few more missteps than the first film. Namely, the pacing when it goes into the second act of the film. I feel like you could cut a little bit of time off of that, and it definitely would improve the pacing overall of the film. It kind of dips down a little bit. Even though the comedy's there and the jokes are there, it's a little bit more slower paced than I would have liked to have seen. And I gotta go back next week to watch this again before I can give out a full spoiler review. There are some character choices and things that they did with some of the characters that I'm still not completely sure about, as well as an after credit scene that seems to maybe have undone everything that happens in the movie. That if that's the case, why? I don't think a lot of the special effects worked very well, especially particular moments where you could tell everything was just CG. You definitely feel some of the loss from their previous director, because I think that he helmed the action sequences a little bit better than in the second movie. If the first film had the 12 bullet scene, that was really fun, really creative. This kind of just has a lot of generic fighting scenes. Whether they're shot really well or not, they just don't really hit as hard as what some of the action pieces in the first film did. But that's not to say that this was a really, really fun time of the movie. Go check it out. Get your own opinion, come back to this channel, leave a comment down below, tweet me what you thought about the film. There's gonna be a spoiler-filled review later in the week once I get a chance to see it again, and that's all I've got. I've got to go to a dentist appointment, and yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and leave a comment, and I will see you at the next review.